Hey everyone, today I've got your Warcraft movie review. Two worlds collide between humans and orcs who battle for a new kingdom to rule. As far as the story goes, Duncan Jones directs this film based off of a popular video game called World of Warcraft, and I was originally hesitant on seeing this movie because I haven't ever played the game, and I know some people who have, and of course, sometimes movies that were based off of video games haven't always fared well as of late. I'm talking to you, Angry Birds. I just thought, well, maybe it's just a full-blown CGI mess and didn't really have a lot of substance. However, I had complete faith in Duncan Jones, considering he did direct a really good movie of mine called Moon. I think to see his style for this film, I thought looked really interesting, so I was willing to give it a chance. I was really surprised as to what I was seeing in this film, and especially from the first scene that pops up in this film, I was not necessarily smiling, but I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. So it really hooked me in from the first time the movie started all the way until the end. As far as the casting goes, you've got Travis Fimmel, who plays Anduin Lothar, and I thought he was really good in his role playing this leader of the humans, and he's not the complete leader, but he really knows how to fight, and he knows how to definitely get a girl, so I think he was pretty badass in this movie. Considering his background in the TV series Vikings, I believed, this was definitely a role for him, being all in the fantasy realm. Paula Patton, who plays Garona, and I thought she was an interesting choice to be in this film. I almost didn't really care too much about her character, but I really loved what she brought to the table, and trying to decide whose side was she on, because she was technically an orc, but she also looked like a human, which I found really interesting. She was a decent character and slightly badass as well. Toby Kebbell, who plays Juraton, and I actually liked his character in this movie all the way through, and surprisingly, I haven't really liked some of the roles that Toby Kebbell has been in recently, maybe besides Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, but I feel like, this was definitely a step up. I really liked how badass and angry his character got, and, ultimately a good guy, which is a good change for him. And then you've got Dominic Cooper, who plays King Rin, and I didn't care too much about his character that much. I feel like he's sort of playing the same sort of roles recently, and I feel like he played sort of a similar role in Dracula Untold, and I feel like maybe his character was supposed to be sympathized with, but I wouldn't really say I sympathized with him. He would be somebody that you could end up liking in the end. A really cool character played by Ben Foster, who plays Medivh, and he's this sort of sorcerer type of guy. I really love the look of his character and all the powers that he possesses and the things that he gets to do in this film. I thought were really, really cool. I really enjoyed watching him on screen because I think he's a really good actor, and I think he did a really good job in this film. Among all the heroes, you have to have at least one bad guy in this film. Daniel Wu, who plays Gul'dan, and he was pretty scary as a character, maybe a little bit cheesy looking at times, but either way, he was pretty awesome playing this evil dude, and just all the things he got to do, so I really liked seeing just all the things that he could do to terrorize people and terrify me indefinitely. The things that I did like about this movie, I loved all the action sequences, perfect for giving that video game look to this film, all the while keeping the animation very realistic looking, along with the special effects that went along with it. I loved some of the cinematography. It really helped me to immerse myself into this game that sort of reminded me of Lord of the Rings a little bit, because they had like dwarves and elves in this game. I thought that was really cool. And I just really, I loved all the supernatural and fantasy elements and all the magical moments that, you know, I just was expecting to see, but I was not expecting to see some of the comic relief that was going on in this film. So maybe it's a hit or miss for me on that, but I wouldn't say that I hated it. I still think it added a little bit of lightness to the film. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about the film, I felt like the third act was a little bit rushed, and with these battle sequences, there's only so much you can do with them, and I know there was a problem with that in maybe the last Hobbit film, but I feel like with a film like this, there was multiple battles going on throughout the film, and I feel like this one maybe should have had more going on with it, and it really had me questioning the resolve of what the characters were doing and their actions that ultimately came into play. So I was sort of thinking, really? That's it? So I can't really say I was satisfied with the ending per se. So overall, I would say that Warcraft was a really enjoyable film, despite what it's getting on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that anybody should really care about that score, because you should ultimately go in seeing this movie with an open mind and your own opinions. Somebody who hasn't even played the game at all, I think it was a good choice for me to see this. But for those of you who might have played the game, I don't know if you'll be disappointed or not. So you guys should let me know if you've played the game, and if you see this movie, what did you think? How would you compare the two? I would still recommend seeing this film nonetheless, and I would give this 4 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Warcraft, and as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys later.